Festive Books on Tape present the time when everybody stopped caring about Santa, and nobody liked him, and he was a big stupid beardy fatty with a stupid face and no friends, and nobody liked him. Chapter 9. Shutting Down. Santa Claus had been sitting up all night by the computer, waiting for even a single email to arrive. Hour after hour, the screen remained blank, and was starting to frost up.
Well then, I suppose that's it then, isn't it? Clearly they just don't want Christmas anymore.
He was, of course, absolutely correct.
Wrong!
Well then, there's only one thing left to do. Shut it down. Shut everything down.
The computer?
The computer, the workshop, Christmas, all of it. Shut it all down. We're not operating this year.
Oh, the figgy.
I know, but the children have spoken, I'm afraid.
And so, as the computer systems shut down and darkness unspooled around him, Santa Claus walked away down the corridor. He stopped and looked sad
Merrily
up at the tinsel that hung in twinkling loops on the walls, and he reached up with a grim expression, took hold of the tinsel, and, with a great tug, he pulled
left it all up.
down. Soon, heaps of tinsel, Christmas cards, little shiny reindeer and snowflakes, and all manner of other decorations lay discarded, scattered about on the floor.
Walls.
And Santa Claus took off his fluffy hat, and his huge red coat, and he tossed
Folded them neatly into the wardrobe.
fire. The elves watched him go, aghast. Santa had had his off days, but he'd never gone this far before. It was plain to see that Santa Claus was very, very
Happy and cheerful.
No, he wasn't. He was miserable. Festive Books on Tape present the year Father Christmas had failed wretchedly to do Christmas properly, and no amount of excuses about being busy or about it being someone else's fault ought to let him off. He's rubbish. Chapter 10. Santa's Big Decision. Santa Claus was, by this time, driven to the edge of despair. He had lost everything he cared about, not through carelessness or fate, but through being so repugnantly irrelevant that nobody wanted him to exist anymore. And so, after a lot of thought, Santa decided that his time on this earth was now at its end, and that he would, this very hour, take his own life.
Right, no! I'm sorry, but to anyone listening, I have to say that this tape is a bumhead and I am not standing on it. I've been trying to fix tape by recording over, but now there's too much to record over. I don't know who made up this story, but it's horrid. I just hope it is made up and not an actual true story about Snatter, because then we wouldn't have done anything to stop it when this horrid was going on, and we were all just wandering about, not knowing about it and going do-do-do-do-do. There's robots trying to put trick blowing up presents in stockings. Snatter all sad. And apparently, for no reason, every children in world has just decided to be horrible suddenly for no reason. I still like you, Snatter. And I will not have a nasty tape like this in my possession. Now, I don't like recording over proper tapes. It's naughty, but this tape is improper. Storytelling man better start telling a nice story soon, or else I'm just going to record all over the whole tape Jingle Bells song and wish you Merry Christmas, etc., and he will not be able not to shut up. Sorry. Tirade, tiring. But I'm got to stand up for Snatter. Can't believe nobody else is. Shame on you! People listening who did not write to Snatter. I can't believe you! Him all lonely and think him rubbish and hated. We do not hate Snatter! There is no excuse for hate Snatter. Snatter is friendly man of the world! So, I have said peace.
Somewhere in the world, possibly a child left who cared about Father Christmas. It seemed doubtful, and so he sat in the dark, thinking dark thoughts. Will this be the end of Santa Claus? Find out.
No, it am not!
Festive Books on Tape present the year everything bad that happened was all Santa's own stupid fault. Chapter 11. Deliverance. And so came Christmas Eve, and in the workshop Santa Claus had dismissed all of the elves from his sight and locked himself away not to be disturbed. He closed the door behind him and hung a sign on it, saying, "Do not open until Christmas." The elves wanted to check on him, but they could not. Santa was having a very serious think about things indeed.
No, he wasn't. He was eating mince pies.
Oh, come on, don't be ridiculous.
He was. He was eating mince pies and drinking sherry and going ho ho ho.
Oh, look, it doesn't matter what he was doing in there. The point is that elsewhere, the robo-sleigh had been stocked, and its pilots rebuilt, so that finally now, on Christmas Eve, the payload could be delivered. One tiny parcel into the stocking of every child in the world.
Oh boy! This is our big moment!
Right! The boss is gonna be so pleased with us. Imagine his face in the morning when the kids open their stockings.
Right! And blam! No more little children!
The robots climbed into the robo-sleigh.
After you!
Oh no! Not this time! After you!
No, it's your turn!
The robots stopped bickering and got into the robo-sleigh at the same time.
Yes, your worshipfulness!
Your word is our command.
But then they changed their minds and they didn't get into the robo-sleigh.
On second thoughts, maybe we shouldn't get into that thing.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but something tells me I shouldn't get in.
The robots ignored that silly little boy and got in the sleigh, because if they didn't, then they would be written out of the story.
On third thoughts,
Yeah.
I'm getting in the sleigh.
Me first!
No, me!
Thank you. Better. Then they fired up the robo-sleigh.
No, they didn't. They got out of the robo-sleigh and they stopped listening to Bumhead Narrator.
No, stop. They ignored him and fired up the robo-sleigh.
Yes, Master, of course!
No, they didn't. They didn't do what him say.
Wow! And I thought you were annoying!
Yeah. Hey!
He's nasty, and it's Christmas Eve, and it's not very Christmassy to do nasty things, just because a nasty person like him say to do
Oh,
them.
will you be quiet? The others don't interfere like this, so why do you have to?
I'm not just going to stand here and let you wait. What others?
Start the robo-sleigh now! Okay!
The robots did not start the robo-sleigh. The robots stopped the robo-sleigh again and got out.
Quiet, kid!
Yeah, we're not listening to you!
No! Well then you leave me no choice! Wiggle they! Wiggle they!
What's he doing?
He's wiggling the robo-sleigh! Wow! The payload!
Wait, that's the payload? That's what you were going to give out to all the little children? But those are just...
And so the meddling little intruder had discovered the identity of the payload. What of it? There was now nothing whatsoever he could do. The children's fate was sealed.
What?
Have you noticed yet, boy? Have you noticed yet?
Turn off the tape! Stop listening! Stop!